Welcome to Live on the Pod, a podcast about all the cheesy romantic TV movies we adore. I'm Jessica.
I'm Sherri.
And I'm Dani.
And today we have a very special guest joining us, someone who's been behind the scenes making your favorite Hallmark stars look picture perfect. We're thrilled to welcome Kaelee Burnett, an incredibly talented makeup artist from Kansas City who has worked her magic on Hallmark icons like Rachel Boston, Kyler Lee, Lacey Chabert, Pascal Hutton, Melissa Peterman, and so many more. From creating stunning looks for the Hallmark Experience to helping stars shine at special events, Kaelee has the inside scoop on what it takes to bring holiday sparkle and heartfelt charm to life. Grab your cocoa, settle in, and get ready to hear all about her journey, her favorite moments with Hallmark stars, and maybe even a beauty tip or two. Good morning,
Good
Kaelee.
morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the show. Thank you. Thanks for having me. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yes, sounds great.
Yeah, we're good. I'm Jessica.
Hi.
I'm Sherri.
And Hi, Dani. Nice to meet you guys.
Hello. Nice to see you.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Yes, thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Well, we're excited too. You're in my time zone, so it's 7 where you're at?
It is, yes. Yeah.
Okay. So we didn't ask you to get up at 5 a.m. Dani and my mom are up at 5.
Oh, yeah.
Early
yes.
morning.
Are you guys moms? Is that why? Yep.
Yes.
I get it.
Yeah. Yep. We got to record while kids are sleeping. So, All right. Well, we're just going to jump right in. But if you have questions for us while we're chatting, feel free to interrupt. We try to keep it pretty casual around here. So we're just here to have a chit chat and have some fun this morning.
Sounds good.
Hey, awesome. So before we dive into talking about all things Hallmark, can you tell us about your journey into the field of makeup artistry?
Sure, yeah. So I feel like I'm old, but I started almost 20 years ago now, actually, doing makeup. And when I was like a little girl, I borrowed my mom's makeup one night and I had like a sleepover with my girlfriends. And I'll never forget, I did like a little makeover on some of the girls, and I'll never forget their like confidence they had after putting a little bit of makeup on, even as like a young girl. That always stuck with me. And when I, wanted to do something right out of high school, I knew exactly what I wanted to do was make women feel more beautiful. And so I went to school for aesthetics, and then and got my license doing that, and did facials and also makeup for a while. And then I went on to like to do professional makeup. I went to professional makeup school. And gosh, that was back in like 2004. So it was a lot. Things have changed a lot. Excuse me for my voice. Yeah. I'm like getting over a cold. Yep. So I just really loved it, and then just stuck with it. I lived in Beverly Hills for a while and actually worked on clients there, and mostly doing like facials and skincare and stuff. And then when we moved to Kansas City a couple years ago, I really dove into doing like wedding makeup and just absolutely love it. So
that's so awesome. I love that. Great. That's really cool. So what do you think has been the most rewarding part of your career so far?
The most rewarding, I think, is just like the feeling that you get when like you could see a woman that it's really, your services are really providing confidence in them. And not only have I seen that with like the Hallmark stars I worked on, but also just like even I did like a mission trip with my church to Costa Rica and got to help some of the women there. And just boosting confidence, I think, was, is definitely like my favorite and highlight of this career.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
That's amazing. When did you go to Costa Rica?
I was there, I believe it was 2015 or 16, and I was there for, I think it was a little over a month, actually. So, yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's very cool.
It was amazing.
Yeah, I love that. That's awesome. All right. Well, let's get to the main event of what we're so interested to talk to you about, which is all things Hallmark.
Yes.
So can you tell us how you got involved with the Hallmark Experience in Kansas City?
Actually, so I work for a makeup group called Lovely Beauty, and that is owned by the lovely Gabby. She's an amazing artist here in town. Does some of like the wives for the Chiefs players and things like that. And so I work for her contracts and weddings out and stuff like that. And she actually approached me about the job. I think Hallmark got a hold of her somehow, and they wanted to hire locally, which is awesome. And so she asked me if I wanted to join her. It was just us two from the team doing makeup, and then she had a couple of hairstylists with us too. So yeah, it just kind of like the pieces fell into place.
Were you nervous to work with celebrities, or had you worked with celebrities before?
I had actually worked with some celebrities before, so I was not really nervous. But I will tell you the one person who makes everybody, well, and I will say this kindly, everybody nervous just because she's so big is Andie MacDowell, and just because when she walks in a room, she owns it. So I would feel it's nervous in a different way, not like in like I'm scared of her or anything like that. She's the nicest person, but definitely you're just like, whoa, that's Andie MacDowell. You know, I grew up watching her movies, and yeah,
for
She's
sure.
so beautiful too.
Oh gosh, she is gorgeous. Yeah, I'm like, I will pay to look like her at any age.
Are there any memorable moments that you had with any of the actors while you were working with them?
Oh my gosh, so many. I think that, honestly, like Melissa Peterman I love her. She is seriously like the sweetest. I don't know, like, I just feel like there were so many moments with her where she was just, her timing is impeccable. She is just like naturally so funny. I think the laughs that we had the week that she was there, which I believe was the first week, was just, the funnest time. So
that makes me so happy to hear that because, watching her on TV, she's just this ball of energy and so fun and hilarious. And like you said, her timing is really incredible. Like she just is on it all the time. So to hear that she is like that in real life, too, that just makes me so happy.
I feel like she's actually like I've seen her new show out and it's hilarious, but I'm like, she needs to like write her own material and have her own show. She's just so like, I could just put a recorder up to her and she's hilarious. So yeah. And the nicest person, she has a nice heart too. Like does a lot of stuff for people, and
that's so great. Cool. I wondered about that too, because there are actors who are very good at comedic acting with a script, but when you fly off the seat of your pants like that, she just seems like somebody who is just genuinely funny. She's not necessarily just reading a script. She's just a really funny person. So I love to hear that she's also very sweet and kind-hearted.
Gosh, yeah. She's the
just
best.
Exactly what I would have expected out of her. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Is there a specific makeup look that you enjoyed creating the most? Of course, they were all gorgeous, but is there something specific? Yeah. Is there something specific that you really loved creating for someone?
Oh gosh. I would probably say on the top of my head right now, I would probably say Jenna Claire. She was also like, what an icon to work on. She was amazing, and she just really loves like a red lip and the lashes. She actually she schooled me on how to do, because she can like put like a strip lash in the dark. So she schooled, because she was on Broadway. Like she was like,
you have to,
right? Like you gotta put. So I mean, like she schooled me on it. Like she was like, this is how just she could pop it on in her sleep. So I actually learned from her, which was pretty cool. But she, just like creating like that red lip for her, and that clean, like just beautiful look on her was amazing.
Did the stars come to you with ideas of how they wanted their makeup presented for the event, or did you have already kind of a makeup script to go off of, or was it all just kind of individual?
Well, it was individual. So, I think a couple of them actually had like a stylist with them that had like a look that they wanted to create. Usually it was just like based off whatever they're wearing, or they really trusted us to come up with the look that would look best. So, and that was a little bit different for me, because usually with we get a lot of bridal work here in Kansas City, and usually doing bridal, it's like people are very specific about what the look they want and have like a ton of pictures and stuff to show. So let me be like a little more creative too. So most people were like really just wanting, like they were like, I just trust you, like do what you want. So
that's amazing. That's so cool.
Yeah,
that's fun.
It was really fun.
When you're working with brides, has there ever been a look that you think that's not her best look, and do you say anything, or do you just kind of do what they want you to do?
Well, so I always encourage people to have a consultation with me and have a where we can talk about those things. I really, at the end of the day, I just want somebody to feel like confident in their best. And I mean, there is like now with social media and stuff, and everyone's filtered and whatever. I mean, I filter my pictures sometimes and stuff too. It's like, but it's just, you know, that they want that look, and I'm like, realistically, like your skin's gonna have like a little bit of texture to it, you know, you're going to see those things. The camera and filtering will help that when you get your pictures back. So just it's really like being like having a thorough like chat with them. And most of the time that really works. And then I also like really encourage them. I'm like, I'm not offended. And I said this to like the Hallmark stars too. Like, I'm not offended. Like, take a look, make sure that you love it, make sure you're confident in your own skin. That is the number one and most important thing to me. I'm not afraid of somebody saying like, oh, I don't, you know, really care for this, or can you change this look or whatever.
Yeah. Don't take it
No,
personally.
not at all. I mean, I'm particular about certain things with my makeup. So yeah, I get it.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Do you prefer for somebody to come in with the full knowledge of exactly what they want, or do you prefer to be a little more creative with what you're doing?
It's such a good question. I think, I think it's either way for me. I feel like, I don't know, there's times where I really enjoy them having a picture, and it makes it a lot easier, especially like on a wedding day if it's like bridesmaids and we're crunched for time. But, you know, something like the Hallmark where we had a little bit more time, wiggle room, I liked the creativity. I thought that was fun.
Okay.
How do you manage the timing of everything? I'm thinking back to my own wedding and how we started so early in the morning with the makeup, but then all of a sudden it was time for pictures and we still had more bridesmaids that needed makeup done, and I couldn't believe how fast it went. So I'm just curious how you manage your timing and figure out what you need for everybody.
Isn't it so crazy that how fast it goes? It's like in a flash. Really just, I mean, I have to be mindful of how much time I'm spending on somebody. And so I usually, when I book people or I'm booked with Lovely Beauty, usually there's a time frame that we work off of. So it's like 45 minutes each bridesmaid. And then, so it allows that time. And like, I usually try for like an hour to hour and a half with the bride, so we can do like, you know, fix anything we need to, we can do a little glow, whatever. But, yeah, just really being mindful, like looking at my clock, making sure I'm not too chatty or anything, and working quickly.
It's an art.
Did you do your own
No,
wedding?
actually, I did not. It's pressure. It's like I tell people, I'm like, get your makeup done, because like I would probably like be like taking it off and redoing it, and a lash would probably not work. You know, it's just like I would probably be nervous. So, no, actually, my girlfriend, she is like one of my best friends. She's a makeup artist in Nashville now, and you know, oddly enough, she's actually worked on Melissa Peterman a few times before. So I had called her and like, oh, I'm working on Melissa. So, but she did my makeup. So
As far as timing goes, did you have a lot of time with the Hallmark stars, or did you have a set period of time for each person? How did that work?
So it was like a set period of time because they had like different engagements or whatever, and I don't really know how their scheduling, you know, works with that, but they allowed for us. We actually asked for a little bit more time just because some people wanted like blowouts to their hair and stuff like that, and that like takes longer. So I think it started like an hour, and then it went to like an hour and a half with each person, which that really helped. So
was that just for makeup, or was that for makeup and hair?
Makeup and hair. They actually got, if they wanted both, they got worked on at the same time with makeup and hair.
Oh, I see. Okay. Does that make it harder for you when they're having their hair done at the same time that you're doing makeup?
I'm so used to it now because we do that a lot with bridal, but I will say it's like when they do like the front pieces and stuff like that, that can be like a little challenging, just like making sure you're working with somebody who you can communicate with and, you know, say, hey, can I borrow her eyes or whatever for eyeliner? But for the most part, I'm pretty used to it.
What were your go-to products, if any, during this season with Hallmark?
That's such a great question. And actually the one that sticks out in my head, and you will not regret buying these. These are amazing. But every single person almost every single person was like, what are these? I need them. Was the Rare Beauty eye patches, the under eye patches. They're like cooling, and it was so funny because me and Gabby, the owner of Lovely Beauty, and her and I because we just had to keep stocking up on them. And so much so like that her and I would go back and be like, oh, I couldn't find them at my Sephora. Can you find them? And so we're like, we can't not have these. So we stocked up, but then her and I after Hallmark that night, we both tried the eye patches and sent each other a picture. I'm like, okay, we get it now. These are amazing. So
check it out. That's the Selena Gomez line.
Yeah. And they're just so nice and cooling. And I really enjoy that they didn't slip on underneath the eye. I have a lot of them that kind of slip and fall, and then it's hard. You have to keep picking it up, and it's hard. These just really light, and they're super cooling, hydrating underneath the eye. They're amazing.
I think I need those.
Yes. I was just thinking, when I woke up this morning, my under eyes are so puffy, and if I would have had those,
those will take care of that.
That's me every morning. I'm like, I got to put something under my eyes.
Yes, and those are nice because you can walk around and cook your breakfast and whatever, and they don't fall off. So,
okay. Have you ever experienced a makeup challenge that pushed you creatively?
Makeup challenge that pushed me creatively? I think many of times, to be honest. I think the biggest challenge for me was when I because I wasn't doing makeup for a little while. I was mostly doing skincare for a number of years, and then I actually took a little break from and after I lived in LA, I took a little break from the industry just because I was just kind of burnt out at the time. I really worked hard in LA, and I was just I don't know what I want to do. And that's kind of the same time I went on the mission trip and stuff. I'm I know I really want to work with women. And so I think in between that time, actually the industry had changed so much because of social media. Instagram and stuff just got popular, and you don't need to go to professional school now to learn how to do makeup. I'm back in my day to learn anything how to do makeup on set and on camera. I mean, there wasn't YouTube's, whatever. You had to go to school, and now there's just so much information online, and some really amazing artists that didn't go to school or didn't learn it professionally, and they really schooled me, and so I think it was more of that catching up to what products are in, what how to use certain things like that. I think that has been the most challenging.
And when you were on your mission trip, what did you do there? Was it mostly introducing women to skincare, or did you do makeup? What was that?
I did both, actually. So I worked in, there was several different departments that you could work in, and I signed up to work with the women. And because, they had students and stuff like that. It's actually called Students International, but they had a women's program that was called Women's Financial Program. And it was just basically to help women who own their own businesses and stuff, budget and things like that. So mostly it was that stuff. But the director, when she found out I did makeup and stuff, there's actually a little salon that they would do their nails and things like that. And so she asked, oh, can you teach them how to do their eyebrows? And it's really crazy because some of these women didn't even have running water in their house, but they had a basket full of makeup. So it was really cute. So I would just teach them kind of how to put them on. And then one day I did a whole makeover on everybody, and they got to take pictures and stuff like that. So
fun.
Yeah,
so fun.
It was so nice.
That's really cool. Do you want to do more work like that in the future?
Absolutely. Yes, I would love to.
Yeah.
I think I have a small kid now, so he mostly stays home with me, so it doesn't allow me to do much of that work right now, but definitely in the future, I will.
Yeah. How old is he?
He's 4. He just turned 4. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, how
he's
fun.
A cutie.
That's awesome. Okay. So I just want to mention something personally, because I obviously was keeping up with all of your posts that you were making because we had been talking while you were working with the Hallmark stars. And like I said, every look was beautiful, but I just have to say that the looks that you created for Kyler Lee were just Chef's kiss.
Thank
Amazing.
you. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Yeah, she's the best. She's easy to work
She
on.
looked just, oh yeah,
Yeah.
she's gorgeous, right? They all
Yeah.
are, but she just looked amazing. You did such a good
Thank you
job.
so
So
much. Thank you.
yeah, of course. Of course. Did you get to actually experience the Hallmark experience? Did you get to go to it?
Not really. Well,
No.
we got to be like backstage while they're like for touch ups and stuff while they were making their appearance. But we didn't get to go to like the reindeer games or anything. That's kind of like when we had some break time in between. But I got to go outside and kind of see like the village and stuff like that. But I wish I would have stayed for the tree lighting stuff. It's just, it was really like early in the morning when we got called. Like, some days I'd be there at like 5 a.m. or something like that. So 4:45 or something. So, yeah, definitely didn't stick around for that stuff. But yeah, I wish I would have seen more of it. So next year, hopefully.
Well, yeah, hopefully it'll be back next year for sure. Were they full like 8-10 hour days for you?
Yes. Yep. Yeah, they were.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That's long.
Yeah. It was long.
It's a long day. So I saw on your Instagram the other day that you were talking about your skincare regimen because you've been taking a break from Botox. Is that correct?
That's right. Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So basically, well, I had kind of like, I don't want to name names or anything, but I had like a little bit of an experience here with Botox where one of my eyes like closed all the way. I have like a little discrepancy with my eye anyway. And so, it got too close to the muscle and it like closed. And so I'm like freaked out now to like get it done again. I want to. It's not that I'm against it or anything, but I also have always, believed in like holistic alternatives too. So, it's not a bad thing to like take a break from. And I've never gone like crazy with it. It was just like, can we fix a little of these lines?
Little touch ups. Yeah. So what does your skincare regimen look like right now?
Well, I like to do a ton of serum. So I just kind of do the wash and then I do quite a few serums. I do like a niacinamide serum, which helps with like some texture and stuff like that. And then I do a collagen peptide. Peptides, I feel like, are where it's at if you want to tighten up your skin or address any wrinkles or anything like that. I would definitely look into peptides. They just kind of help to bond the collagen in your face and kind of bring back some elasticity. So I really enjoy like a collagen peptide serum. And then I do really just a moisturizer on top. And then in between like my skincare, like if I want to, if I'm going somewhere or have an event or something like that coming up, I usually do a micro needling on my skin and I do it myself actually. So I bought like one of my own machines and that really helps to address like texture and fine lines and stuff.
I love microneedling. I've never done it on myself, but I love it.
Yeah, I love it too.
So when you're applying makeup for people, do you do a lot of skincare prep with them or just is it like a moisturizer and then we start with makeup?
I do a lot of skincare prep. Skincare prep is so important. It was kind of nice for me because usually for like brides and stuff like that, I mean, a lot of them like don't know skincare. They're in different professions where they don't really like, take care of their skin or whatever, which, rightfully, if you're a nurse or something like that, long hours and all that. But with the Hallmark stars, they already took really good care of their skin, and you could tell the difference that it went on, the makeup went on and lasted all day. So, and especially it was like so dry in that hotel that we were working at and stuff that, I mean, even like my makeup was like, I was like, what is going on? Like it was like so dry. So definitely used a lot of hydration, but you could tell a difference if people are like consistently taking care of their skin. So I try to do my best to kind of compensate for that by using, like, if they haven't exfoliated for a while, I have like exfoliating pads. And I actually brought one of my personal items to the Hallmark event, which was and it was my first time like bringing it, but I was like, you know what, I need to make it like extra special for people. But I brought my like red LED light that has a muscle stimulation in it, and it just kind of helps like lift and like put serums into the skin, and that actually it worked. It did a really good job.
Oh, that's very cool. I love that.
Yeah.
So you're full service.
Full
It's
service.
not just slapping makeup on. It's full service.
Full service.
That's awesome. what tips do you have for women, skincare regimen, makeup for women over 50 or me now over 60?
Oh, you look good.
That might be different from...
Yes. We need to know your secrets.
That might be 30s or 40s.
Yeah. Well, I'm finding that stuff out now too, with my own skin. And so I would definitely say just like staying really, really well hydrated. So you might probably want to try transition, like as you get older and you age, like your skin gets more dry. I would say definitely like keeping that moisture into the skin is super important. If you're dehydrated and not drinking enough water too internally, I mean, you can definitely see that on your skin. So I'm definitely taking care of that. Would be probably the most important. I would say that's why I like what I love about serums is they help to, the molecules are so fine that they can enter into those layers of the skin and kind of help and address with some things. To whereas like if you're just using a moisturizer stuff, usually it sits on the top of your skin and it maybe looks really good, but it's just kind of sitting there. So that's why I say like I would definitely get like serums, peptide serums. Like I said, look into peptides. Make sure it has a variety of them that are helping like the bonds, the protein bonds of your skin.
Is there a skincare brand that you prefer, or do you kind of mix and match different products?
I mix and match love, but I will say the number one product that I keep and they actually market themselves as the Serum Authority, I think, which I believe, but is Les Mieux. I've been using them for years. I believe they're actually based at Pasadena, I want to say. But they market themselves as like they have like Swiss ingredients, and they've always just been really high quality, but also at a price point that people can afford. Like it's not. I feel like they matched some of the stuff that I used to, and actually I did use them when I worked in Beverly Hills a little bit, but they matched some of the stuff that I used in Beverly Hills, like a higher end names that are clinical. The ingredients were similar, but they're at a price point that is definitely more affordable.
That's great, because it's so hard when you want to start a skincare regimen and you feel like you need 6 or 7 products and it ends up being, $500. That's a lot, especially when you have kids and
oh my gosh,
bills and all the things that you have to pay for. So it's nice. So you don't necessarily have to spend that kind of money to get good quality products. I worked at Nordstrom for a while, and there was I won't say the brand because it doesn't matter, but there was one jar of night cream that was $1,000, and I just couldn't believe it.
Yeah. And you don't need that.
And I thought this better be some magic.
Actually, somebody, and what's great about these days too, with like all the YouTubes and Instagram and stuff, is that I think somebody actually like showed the Nivea cream that was like comparable to that $1,000 creams, at the drugstore. So there's so much of that stuff is marketing. You have to like read between the lines and know your ingredients, because there's some great products actually that are really inexpensive.
Yeah, a genie better be popping out of that cream.
Right? Yeah. Gold.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is there a makeup trend that you hope never, ever makes a return?
Makeup trend? That's funny. Probably not. Oh, my gosh. I hope I heard that it was coming back, and I'm like, no. The skinny brow. I did it.
No.
Shout out to my girl Erin, who does the microblading, because she saved my life because mine were so skinny. And I remember even at one point, this is so weird, and I don't know. Like I said, I'm older, but at one point I was like, should I just shave them off and paint them in? I really had that thought. And I was in high school or something, and let's not bring that back. And I always tell the girls with the thick brows that I've worked on that are young, I'm always or high schools, I'm like, do not pluck your eyebrows, whatever you do. Yes, don't believe the trend. Yeah,
you don't need to look perpetually surprised.
No. Yeah,
no.
My gosh,
no, because I was a teenager in the 80s, and they've never recovered. So I have these tadpole eyebrows. Just don't do it, girls.
Yes, leave them alone. Yeah, and it's funny because I had a girl recently who was younger, and she was and I was you know what, who it was actually, it was Wes Brown, his daughter. I got to do a little skincare on her and stuff, and she's kind of in that age where she's going to Sephora and stuff, and she's into it, and And I was telling her, I said, yeah, don't do the brow. I was giving her the speech I give everybody about her age. Just don't plug your eyebrows. Like, go to a professional if you need help. And then she was like, I hear that a lot actually from people your age. And I just started laughing like, yeah, learn from our mistakes.
Because we've been traumatized.
We learned the lesson.
Yeah.
We're here to help, we promise. Yep.
What do you recommend for young girls that are starting out with a skincare regimen, maybe starting to dabble in makeup? I have a 12-year-old daughter who is constantly like, can I wear makeup, Mom? Can I play with your makeup? And I know she's going to want to start her own thing any day now.
Yes.
So I'm wondering what you recommend.
Yes, they start early these days, actually. So I have nieces that one of my nieces, she's 14. We go to Sephora together now. She's like into it, but then I have a 17-year-old at home too, a daughter. She's my stepdaughter, but she's like not into makeup at all. Like, she's like, don't like, or skincare. Like, so I can't even get her to like wash her face, I swear. So, but I would definitely, like, what I say to her too is like, you want to take care of your skin now. That's really important. But like at that age, like, less is better. I don't know about you guys, but I remember like when I would get breakouts and stuff, I would try like a ton of things, and and I remember spending like all my money that I was making at, my jobs or whatever on like skincare to try to get my skin right, and it just never worked. But like, when I stopped using so much on my skin is really when I saw some improvement. So I'd say get like a nice like face wash and keep it really basic. A nice face wash, maybe a moisturizer if they need it. And then as far as makeup goes, I think less is more too. I mean, like, find out what they want like to address. Are they just trying to like try trends out, which is cool too? Like, yeah, we can try those trends out on the weekends, Are they trying to try those out, or are they covering up like pimples that they're getting out? They're self-conscious about, like, get them a nice concealer, or the Summer Fridays lip gloss. That's like all the young teens are into those, and those are really like light and natural. They don't have like a bunch of color or anything like that, but they feel really good. So I'd say like keep it like some lip gloss, whatever they're wanting to address, maybe a little mascara or something like that. But yeah. I would definitely not, being a mom myself, I'm like, I'm not into the younger girls like looking like they're 25. So yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Start like,
she's already tall, and so people always think that she's older than she is. And like, I don't want to make you look any older. Like, you're growing up fast enough. Please just pump the brakes a little bit.
Exactly.
That Summer Fridays, you said, is that lip gloss? I bet she would
Summer
love that.
Fridays.
Maybe we'll start with that.
Start with the lip gloss. They love the lip gloss these days.
Yeah. About enhancing what they have rather than trying to completely change their look, which I think is common with young girls first starting out with makeup. They want the dark red lips and the dark eyeliner, and they want to look like somebody totally different. But it's really about bringing out their own personal beauty.
100%. And I think that you said that great, because I think that that's what we should be teaching them too, is just, love the skin that you're in. And this is just about, it's not about covering anything up. Like, it's about, like you said, enhancing what you already have and feeling confident and in your own skin. So
yeah, I wish I would have had that attitude when I was younger, because I would wear a full face of makeup to the gym, literally.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And now I'm like, you cannot pay me to put on makeup every day.
I know.
Yeah. But I've got a 9-year-old who wants a skincare fridge. So, we're just balancing things.
Where are they getting all the money? Like, sometimes I go to Sephora literally to stock up, and I see girls, 12 to 15 that are like stocking up on things. And I'm like, where are we getting this money? Like, I can barely afford to check out here. Like, what is going on?
Yep, absolutely. Gosh. All right. Well, we're just about ready to wrap up, but I have one more question for you. Is there one beauty tip or trick that you feel like everybody should know across the board?
Oh my gosh. I feel like I should have thought about that.
Sorry, that's a pressure question.
Mine, like I said, I'm going to go back to skincare. Take care of your skin. Don't plug the brows. I think that's probably the most important. Yeah, do what makes you feel confident and beautiful. Don't go trendy. Just do what makes you feel confident in your skin. I feel like that would be my number one tip. And then as far as like makeup, I love a good bronzer. So if you're feeling pale or whatever, like bronzer can do wonders. So if you had to stick to one product, get some bronzer.
What about, is there a celebrity, like your dream celebrity to work with?
Dream celebrity. Of course. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I've never seen a Hallmark movie myself. I but I'm a huge fan now. Like, I need to catch up. I'm like, how was I not watching Hallmark? Like, what's wrong with me? Because I'm a huge fan now, just working with them. But honestly, like, shout out, like, Melissa Peterman is, she is so cool. I would say she's like a dream come true. So, yeah.
That's great. That's so cool. Because Jessica and I went on the first Hallmark cruise, and we were just struck by how lovely and kind everybody was. They really are who they portray on the screen. Just wonderful, wonderful people. So
they really are, and they really care about all the fans. They really do. Yeah, so much so. I mean, they hear a lot of even sad stories about why people are watching Hallmark and why they're fans of them. It's helped them through hard times and stuff, and they really take that stuff in and really care about everybody. So, and I can't say anything bad about literally anybody from Hallmark, like going back from the, PR team to, the people that we worked with behind the scenes too. Everybody is just, they really have a great group of people. So.
That's so lovely. That's great to hear. Well, if you want to start your Hallmark movie watching journey, Haul Out the Holly is a good recommendation.
I have that written down.
Peterman.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Start with that one.
I have like a checklist that I'm going to work on. So yeah, now that the holidays are over, I'm like, I'll have some time to.
Yes, for sure. Great. All right. Can you share where our listeners can follow you, keep up with you on the internet?
Sure. So you can follow me on Bridal Makeup KC is on Instagram, and that's the best way to kind of see what's up in my work. So, and then also the team that I'm on, Lovely Beauty, I would definitely check them out, especially if you need any needs in Kansas City, spray tanning. We do blowouts and things like that. So definitely check out Lovely Beauty.
It's great. Well, we're hoping to make it to the Kansas City experience if they do it again next year. So we'll hit you up.
Yes, please do. I would love to meet you guys. Even if I have time, I can do your makeup before too. So
that would be awesome.
So cool.
Yes, we'd love it. All right. Well, thank you so much, Kaelee, for being here with us this morning. And we appreciate you so much.
Thank you so much.
It was great talking to you. Thank you. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
All right. Well, that was lovely. That was so fun.
Yeah. It was lovely.
She's great. Yeah. I would love to go to Kansas City and have her do my makeup. That would be awesome.
I know. I'm sad that she is in Kansas City because it's so far away. I want to book an appointment right now.
I know. I didn't ask her about this, but she laminates brows too. And I'm like, okay, fly to Kansas City, have her do my brows. I need some brow help. Yeah.
I do have a friend that lives in Missouri. Maybe we could go and hang out at her house.
Yeah. Well, we got to get sponsored to do the KC experience, and then we'll just go and we'll hang out with the Hallmark stars and get our makeup done by Kaelee, and it'll be great.
That'd be amazing.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you so much for listening to our very first interview. We're so accomplished now. Yeah. Thank you to Kaelee for taking your time this morning and for being with us and for being our first interview. We appreciate it so much. And we will, this is a bonus episode. So the next episode is anybody's guess, right? So
stay tuned.
All right. We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.